All right, here we are. Going live. You can see I'm in my home office today. Been doing a little bit of work behind me. So while we wait for people to get on, I have on my little board back there a saying, and I don't know if you can see it here. It says, "The skills that got you out of Egypt are not the ones to get you into the promised land." And the reason why I have this quote up on my wall in my home office is it reminds me that I always have to be getting better and improving, and that comes with everything, by the way. And as doctors, you understand this, right? You're constantly getting new training. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Not necessarily the medical training side of things, but I'm going to talk to you specifically about one of the big topics that I hear all the time is why aren't these patients booking? Why don't patients book? We get phone calls. They don't really seem all that interested. Patients don't show. Patients don't convert. I can't tell you how many times I've heard doctors say, "Yeah, we're getting leads, but the leads aren't any good." And this is a really common question. And I think the answer that I'm going to give you to this is going to be a little bit surprising. Probably a lot more surprising than you realize. Sorry, just had a bug flying overhead there. But anyway, so before we get started, I do want to remind you that if you would like to book a one-on-one call with me where you can talk to me directly about your practice and how to grow your practice 20% in the next 90 days, all you have to do is go to srpmedicalmarketing.com/call, C-A-L-L, and book a 30-minute call with me. I have slots open at various times throughout the week. And there's no commitment, there's no charge, there's no fee, there's nothing. It's just a straight up consult. And what we'll do on that call is I'll specifically talk to you about your practice, ask you some specific questions, and tell you as to whether or not it's actually possible for you to do it, because it's not possible for every single practice. There's a couple of key elements that you need to have. And then, maybe we'll explore a way to work together. But again, that's not a requirement to the call. Okay, so let's go back to this point, all right? So when it comes to being able to book appointments, it is one of the most challenging conversations that I have with people on a regular basis. And the reason why, I'm just trying to move something over here. The reason why is that most people don't want, they want, what's the old adage? They want the babies, but they want the baby, but they don't want the labor pains. Well, the thing that I notice quite a bit in practices, and I've worked with practices all over the country, and I've worked, by the way, in 30 niches and in 5 different continents, so it's not just in medical practices, is that people always think that the leads aren't any good. And they're worried that, the lead gen isn't good enough, or the person that I hired to do the advertising isn't good enough, or I'm spending too much money on this, or what have you. But if you have someone who knows what they're doing from a lead gen standpoint and has a proven record of lead generation, and you're not converting those prospects into appointments or appointments showing, there's probably a pretty good chance that we need to fix something on the inside of the practice. Now, I know that every practice is perfect. I know that every staff member is perfect. I know that every staff member that you have that's answering the phone is great at what they do. But I want to ask you a couple questions, and then I'm gonna tell you a quick little story. Do you have a script in place? Do you have a script in place for when people call and they're calling about a particular ailment? Let's say they're calling about anti-aging, or let's say they're calling about the vampire facelift, or the P shot, or the O shot, or they're calling about hair restoration, or they're calling about whatever. Okay. Do you have a script, and do you have individual scripts for each and every single one, or are you dependent upon the person? Are you dependent upon the person that answers that call? Do you know that Judy does a great job on the call, and you think, God, if I could just get more Judys, life would be great? Or is Patty answering the phone, and you know that if Patty answers the phone, you're sunk, right? So you try to keep Patty off the phone because she's kind of rough, but she's a family friend, and so you keep her around. I mean, does any of this sound familiar? Okay. The reality is not the personality per se of Bobby or Patty or Judy or Susie or Frank or whomever. The issue is that we need to have scripts, very specific, detailed scripts, okay? Now, as a bonus, by the way, if you decide to book a call with me from this video, and again, you can do that at srpmedicalmarketing.com/call, I will actually give you a package of scripts. And these scripts will not only be examples of success, they are actual scripts that we've used in our clinics and I've used for other clinics, but they'll also give you an outline of how to craft your own. So if you want to fix this problem and you want to get, and you'd like to spend 30 minutes on the phone with me and get some scripts, all you have to do is go to srpmedicalmarketing.com/call. So let me tell you a quick little story. And this proves to me how important scripts are. When we first started our erectile dysfunction clinics in 2014, it was myself, my business partner, a couple of people. My desk sat like right behind the front desk. We didn't have a whole lot of we were probably getting, 15, 20 phone calls a day. We had a pretty aggressive advertising campaign going. We came out of the box pretty hard, but I'm a seasoned marketer, so I knew what to expect. And we could sit there and we could take these calls and we could kind of coach each other, right? So my business partner and myself, we both have a lot of experience with scripting and doing sales and marketing and things like that. And so, we would be like, hey, you didn't do a good job on that. Why don't we improve this? Da, 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 da. We were iron sharpening iron. The difference is that we both had a lot of experience when it came to scripting. We had a ton of experience. He came from the mortgage industry. Like I said, I've worked in numerous niches, and we had a tremendous amount of experience in that. And even when we would bring other people on, they would literally sit in between us while we were taking phone calls, and we would listen to them. Now, we had a script, right? But what we found was that even though the script was there, is that people didn't follow it. So what we did is we did a couple of things. One, we set up individual tracking numbers for each one of our ads. So we know that if a call comes in, so basically if it's a new patient, they're coming on a specific set of phone numbers. So we know we could go back and we could look and see how many of these calls were new first-time callers, okay? Then what we did is we decided, okay, we're gonna book 70% of first-time callers into an appointment, okay? And what we did is we made a compensation plan, a little bonus plan that said, okay, each week you guys need to book X amount of new appointments. I think it was 50 new appointments per week. And they had a weekly goal, a daily goal, and then they had a booking percentage, okay? And then we also had a percentage for getting people to show, which was 70%. Now, I know a lot of you use texting for people to show, or you use email automation. All of that is great, but nothing does as well as a personal phone call. Okay, so let's go back to the actual script in the first and most important part, and that is getting people to book the first time they call. You have to have a written script. And it got to the point that when we grew and I no longer was answering phones and my partner was no longer answering the phones, and we had a front desk of 4 people, and literally 2 people, all they did was answer the phone. And we would literally, I am not kidding you, we would literally get at each facility at least 100 plus new inquiry phone calls per week. Okay, now think about this. We had 3 facilities. We wound up having 40 plus employees, not handling phone calls, but 40 plus employees, including our doctors, okay? And so how then you manage it? I can't be in Lake Norman and Charlotte or Raleigh, Durham, the Triangle area at the same time, and I can't be listening to all the recorded phone calls. So what we did is we created KPIs, key performance indicators, and these key performance indicators is each and every single day they had to enter in we would look and see how many new unique phone calls came in and how many appointments were booked. And if they weren't above 70%, then we would go in and start to listen to the script. And I would call my managers and I would say, hey, today what was your booking percentage? Oh, it was 52%. All right, go back, listen to the script. And of course the answer is, oh yeah. They're listening to this. They're following the script. And my answer was always, they're not following the script. Oh, no. And my managers would say this. They'd go, oh, the quality of the leads today, they said they weren't any good. It was really just a lot of people that had called in before. I go, no. I said, go listen to it. If you're not booking 70%, they're not following the script, okay? I don't need to sit there and listen to every single phone call. Basically, if you're not booking 70%, I know you're not following the script, okay? And sure enough, the managers would come back and, yeah, you're right. They weren't following the script. They were getting busy. And, then we would identify, okay, what was getting in the way. And, okay, let's just put one person on this and blah, blah. So the thing that I really want you to get is, one, it's not always the leads. There's a pretty good chance that sometimes it's the people that are taking the leads because they don't have a key script. They don't have a really good script. So what makes a good script, okay? So there's a lot of key things that make a really good script. I'm going to give you some of my best scripts. I'm going to give you some of my best scripts in an outline of how you can create your own scripts. But I've written them for anti-aging, regenerative medicine, erectile dysfunction. I've written them in a lot of industries, okay? So what I want to do for you is that I want to give you my best performing scripts in an outline. All I ask is that just book a call with me at srpmedicalmarketing.com/call. That's srpmedicalmarketing.com/call. You'll get a 30-minute call with me on how to grow your practice 20%. And at the end of the call, I will give you these scripts, okay? That's simple. Yes, we can talk about how to work together. Maybe we'll be a fit. Maybe we won't. It's very low. There's no pressure at all, quite frankly. We may go through the call and realize that you're not a fit. I'm still going to give you the scripts, okay? And I'm still going to be here for you. But I'm kind of selective as to who I work with. So let's go back to this, okay? Let's talk about what. I'll end with this. What makes a good script, okay? The first thing you have to do is it's got to be written out. It has to be written out, it has to be printed up, and it has to be laminated and has to sit next to every single phone in the office. The office in the medtech room, next to the phone in your office, the doctor's office. And when the phone rings, especially you as the doctor, let's say it's busy and you pick up the phone, if they see you follow the script and actually take through and book somebody, it's going to be very, very powerful. I know it's not what you want to do. I get it. But you have to lead by example, okay? So they see you do it, or they see the manager do it, and they follow the script, and you don't wing it. They now know that they're not allowed to wing it. That's the first thing. The second thing is the components of a script are very key. The key thing is you have to build rapport and liking, which I'll do another video on this in the future. But you have to build rapport and liking in order for people to want to give you information. Now, in the erectile dysfunction space, imagine these guys are calling because they can't get an erection. I mean, they're not exactly willing to be open with a lot of things. They don't even know us. But, a couple of key things that you have to ask. What's their name? What's their date of birth? Do you, in our case, we would ask them, do you suffer from high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, some, none, all of the above? Are you having trouble getting in or maintaining an erection? Those are some of the key things. We want to build rapport. We want to ask questions, and we want them to come back with answers, okay? And so we want to have a cycle of about 4 or 5 of these to engage them. And at that point now, the liking component has kicked in. And then what you want to do is assure them with some kind of, I'm pretty sure we can help you, and then explain to them what are the next steps. You need to come to the office. It's a one-time visit. Here's what the doctor is going to do. Here's the cost. Here's the risk reversal guarantee on the office visit. If you have a fee, if you want to do that. And then you have to ask for them to book their appointment. It's that simple. And what we used to, here's one of my favorite lines is, what works best for you, morning or afternoon? Okay. I don't ask, do you want to come in? What works best for you, morning or afternoon? They go morning. Okay. Is a particular day of the week that works better for you for morning? Thursday mornings. Okay. Let me see what I have for Thursday morning. Okay. I have a 9:30 or an 11 o'clock. Or you could say, all I have is an 11 o'clock. Or if you're not booked that Thursday, wow, we're really booked up. We have a lot of people coming in. Can we get you in on Friday? I can get you in on Friday morning. So you ask for the appointment by asking what day works, or I'm sorry, what time of day works, morning or afternoon, and then then go to finding out what day of the week would be best, and then maybe you'll have an appointment available that day. Okay. So don't forget, again, thanks for watching this, by the way. Share this with your friends. Appreciate it very, very much. Don't forget, if you would like to get the scripts outline and the scripts that we do and the use that have worked in numerous different practices, all you have to do is go to srpmedicalmarketing.com/call. Book a 30-minute call with me. I'll talk to you about how you can grow your practice 20% in the next 90 days, and guaranteed. And I'll give you a script. I'll give you our script package. Okay, that's it for today. I am off to meet with one of our clients here in the beautiful Queen City. So looking forward to it. Always love going into the clinics, meeting with the docs, talking to them about what's working and what's not, and helping them get clarity and growth and taking care of those patients. All right, everybody, you have a great day. We'll see you later.